All right, welcome to tonight's team call, girls. What we're going to start doing on Sundays is using our Success Club tracker that we've been talking so much about. We're going to share our numbers to keep accountable, okay? We're going to go through, share our numbers, and then Leanne or myself will talk about a short little topic, and then we are going to use that the rest of the call time to take action on whatever we talked about, okay? So we can do things together. So if you have questions in the process, we can answer those questions, okay? So I would love for you to unmute yourself when I call your name and give us your numbers for last week's tracker, okay? So the one that ended on Thursday, and let us know like how you did for the week. Just short, quick, how many invites did you do and how many follow-ups did you do, okay? So I will go first. I was not good about tracking what was challenge group and what was coaching this week as far as invites. I'm going to do that this week and be better about that, because I think that it's important that we know how many coaching invites we're sending out and how many are challenge group. But I will say that I was getting at least 3 to 5 coaching invites in a day. But I would like that number to be a little bit higher personally. So I had 86 invites and 459 follow-ups. Okay? Don't let that number terrify you. Please don't let that number terrify you. It is not abnormal for me to have 50 follow-ups a day. Okay? And I don't do it all at one time. I work in pockets of time to make those happen throughout the day. But I love using Teamsy because it tells me exactly who I need to follow up with that day. Okay? And sometimes those follow-ups are literally just happy birthday messages. Okay? It's not necessarily something that's like crazy, this crazy conversation that I'm having with people. Okay? So that's me. Leanne, you go ahead and go next, mama.
I'm afraid because I had 13 invites, which is not acceptable for where I need to be in my business. So I cannot tell you honestly where I was with follow-ups and everything else. So this is a new week and it's a new time to do the tracker and be accountable.
Yes. And I mean, were your 13 invites good warm market, like quality invites and not just cold market, or?
It was a combo.
Okay.
You know, people, so what I consider cold is like they are watching my stories, but I haven't had like a real strong connection with them yet. I don't just do like a, hey, you're following me, you know, but you're not watching my stories. You're not, you know, engaging on my posts. So these are all people that are at least, you know, we had the call from, I forget her name right now, Ashley McClellan. And she said, if somebody is watching your story or, you know, engaging your posts, they're authorizing you to invite them. So they are people that I've invited. Something else that I'm also doing based off of the book, Get Over Your Damn Self, is I invite to the coaching opportunity. And that is scary for me because that is not my default. My default, my safe zone is inviting to coaching. But what she says in that book is it's really hard to go like, oh my gosh, you should totally try my product. And if they say no, you can't be like, oh, okay, well, would you like to do coaching? You know, so she starts it off with, would you like to be a coach? And then if they're like, no, asking for referrals. So I did do the referrals, and some people came back to me like, I don't have anybody at this point in time, but then take it into, you know, are you on a fitness journey? Obviously you probably have those conversations a little bit more. The girl, that book does road dance. It's like a little bit of an easier, you know, sale, you know, to be like, hey, you should totally do this. And if they're not, how's your skincare? You know, versus fitness where we are having those conversations, but they are people that I was talking to about coaching and kind of more of a warm market.
Cool. And I will say that like none of us should be just like finding somebody and never have liked and commented on their things or them liked and commented on our things and inboxing them with an invite. Now, if you like a couple of their things and you start following them and you shoot them a message, say, hey girl, like I saw that, you had these super cute tennis shoes or these super cute jeans on the other day. Where did you get them from? Like, if you want to start a conversation, that's totally fine. But none of us should be like cold market inviting, because that's off-putting and nobody is going to respond to that. When we say cold invite, that means somebody who is watching your stories or someone who has liked or commented on one of your posts, but you maybe don't have a big relationship, or you haven't had a whole lot of conversation with that person. Okay. So just to kind of clarify what that means. Since Erin just dropped off, I don't know if she lost her Wi-Fi for a second or what. Kimberly, if you would go ahead and share your numbers with us.
So I don't have very big numbers at all. I had 4 invites and 4 follow-ups, and a lot of mine, as you know, is more of a warm market. You and I have had some follow-up about some of the opportunities that I have with some of that. So I'm looking to, I know that you're going to talk about hashtags tonight, things like that. So I'm excited about that because I know that will help grow my following, because right now it seems like a lot of people that are liking and commenting and following me are people that are already coaching. So yeah.
Cool. That's good though. 4 is better than none, right? And you're still new and you're still kind of finding the works, and you have a lot on your plate at the same time. So be proud of those 4, because you could be doing nothing. Okay. So, and there's going to be weeks or maybe days sometimes that we don't get things done. Like I had an accountability call with Janelle Summers. And Kimberly, you might not know who she is. She was one of the women that spoke at our Super Saturday, who is a multi-time 15-star and a very, very successful coach. And she even said that, like, it's not always the numbers, it's the quality and the connections that you're making with people. And there are going to be weeks that you're off. That just means that the next week we need to try to grow a little bit more. Okay. So be proud of those 4 and empower yourself, because if we go, oh, I only did 4, the next week, guess what? You're probably not even going to hit 4. Okay. I got 4 this week. I'm going to shoot for, 5 to 10 or whatever that goal is for yourself. So be proud of that. Miss Erin, you are up next. Mama, if you could share how many invites and how many follow-ups you had for this past week. Oh, okay. There you are. I was saying I couldn't hear you at first. There you are.
That's because I didn't speak, because I did no invites and 1 follow-up. I do have 8 new followers on Instagram. I do have 1 new lady who purchased the On Demand and Transform 20.
Nice.
And my cousin who just bought another bag of Shakeology. So those are my wins from this past week. And I didn't do much, to be honest. It was a bad week. But this week's a new week.
Yep. Amen. So we're going to move forward. We're going to let that last week go, and we're going to keep using our tracker and just start working on filling in more boxes every single week. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like our nutrition and our workouts. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys, but we have to start showing up for ourselves if we want to see that growth. So for tonight, I wanted to go over hashtags, because I know, especially for my coaches that I've been watching their content come through, that they're sharing good quality posts, you're sharing valuable content, but you're maybe not getting the exposure that we're looking for. You're maybe not connecting with as many people as we would like. And especially with Instagram, we want to be using the appropriate hashtags to get our content in front of the people who are our tribe, right? Because if we just make a post and we don't use enough hashtags or the appropriate hashtags, we're speaking to no one, or we're speaking to maybe the few followers who are seeing our things. You guys, I have almost 5,000 followers, and I still only average like 45 to 50 likes unless the post unless I use the right hashtags and it goes bigger than that. Okay. So we have to be thinking about what hashtags we're using. And I know that we're all super busy and we don't have that extra 20 to 30 minutes on top of trying to work our business to sit down and go, okay, now I need to make my hashtag list, right? Because that's another 20 or 30 minutes that we need to come up with for that week. So what we're going to do today, we are going to go through together for, let's see, what time is it? for 20 minutes. Okay. We're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. It'll take us just a little over 9 o'clock. We're going to set the timer for 20 minutes and we're going to go through on our computer, because you can search hashtags on Instagram.com. I'm actually going to do it here if I share. So if I bring up my browser, I don't want notifications. If you're just in this bar right here, you can search. So, okay, now see how it brings up like a bunch of hashtags, like, because obviously I'm a boy mom, I want to connect with other boy moms. But if I use just boy mom, my post would be gone. No one would ever see it because there's over 7 million people posting in that tag. Okay, so what I want to look for is like boy mom problems, boy mom with a blue heart, boy moms rock, because it's over 10,000 posts and it's under the 300,000. You want to try and target in that area. Boy mom adventures, boy mom of 2. Those are all decent ones that you could use to get exposure, that people are going to see you without your post being lost. Okay. So what I would like for us to do is work towards finding 30 tags, because the key number when you type out your post and you hit share, you want to have your 30 tags saved in a note section of your phone so you can go and paste them directly into the first comment on your post. Okay. So what we want to do is have 30. That's for whatever reason right now, that is the magic number of having tags, 30 tags. You can't have more. And if you have less, you're not getting as much exposure. We want to capitalize on and being in essentially 30 different groups of people, right? So we're going to make a list of 1 through 30. And then I also want you to just take a mental note of a number maybe that is higher. This one I would say is a little too high, but for your Instagram stories, when you're doing a poll or a call to action, we want the hashtag on an IG story to have over 1 million. The way that stories works is a little bit different. So Janelle teaches that you want that number to be over 1 million so that you get more engagement on your Instagram stories and more eyes on your Instagram stories. So let's just say you were typing in, I think wellness is one. So like Wellness Wednesday, that would be, it's not quite 1 million, but it's close. Wellness coach. Those would be ones that you would want to like put off to the side and have saved for you in your mind to put on an Instagram story. But before you select that one, we want to go to that tag and make sure that it's like not anything that we don't want to be associated with, because I have run into that. So, you know, is it fitness and wellness or whatever we're gearing towards? Then we want to write that tag down. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody have any questions? No? All right, cool. So I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes and we're going to go through. If you have a question while we're doing this, speak up, okay? Let us know and I will be more than happy. There we go, timer. I will be more than happy to answer, or Leanne, you can always chime in too. So 20 minutes is on and let's start looking for some tags, girls.
Corey, really quick.
Yep.
I don't know how, like your screen is just taking over my whole one. So do you want to not share your screen?
Yep.
Thanks.
You don't want to do my work?
I'm like, well, that won't help me if I can't see the screen. All right.
Sorry. say at all. Hey girls, not to interrupt your concentration, but Kimberly mentioned that she's attracting a lot of other coaches or people who are already doing something. So I just wanted to mention that as you're going through hashtags, you almost have to think like the person who you were or the person you're wanting to attract, what would they be looking for? Not what you're looking for as a coach, because if we're using tags that are attracting a lot of coaches, then that's what we're going to bring into our circle. So we almost have to think outside of the box a little bit and think about, like quick, easy meals for a busy mom. Like, what are things that you would be searching for outside of just nutrition and fitness all the time? Okay. So kind of think about that too as you're typing in different words. All right, loves, our 20 minutes is up. Did you guys get a good amount done? Yeah? I didn't get a full 30. I got 27 and 2 really big tags. So hopefully that helps to give you a little bit of an idea of how to find the different tags, how to start searching for them. And we really want to have, like, I'll just kind of share mine a little bit. I did a lot of like healthy mommy, healthy recipes, kid approved food, searching a lot of like nutrition based things and like kid friendly recipes, family friendly recipes, because right now we're talking a lot about the ultimate portion fix. And that's really what I'm going to be focusing on, doing the nutrition certification and all of that. So not that I'm going to use that set of tags in every single post. Like if it's a fitness post, I'm not going to use those tags. But when I'm sharing one of my recipes that we're following, or maybe one of my grab and go snacks or something like that, those are the tags I'm going to go to find those people who are searching to find healthier recipes, find things that work for their entire family so they're not cooking several different meals. All of those things that I know that those people that I can help are going to be, right? So just think about that. I have a set of tags that has like Great Dane Mom, Great Dane Rescue, Doberman Mom, all those in one. And that's what I'm talking about. My girls are more family stuff because it's got other family, like 10-year anniversary and different things like that for me and PJ. Then another set of tags is about inspiring and more that geared towards that for when I make a coaching post. And so you're going to have different sets. And don't panic if this is your first set of 30, because I only worked off of one set of 30 literally for like 2 or 3 weeks, because it takes time to go through and search the different aspects of your life to come up with 30 for each set. But just do it as you can and know that that's what we're working towards, is to have a few different tags or sets of tags so that you can use them on different sets of posts to reach different people. Okay. Let me go to the chat because I see something. 21 and 2 big. That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And 18, what do you mean by 2 big tags? Okay, so that might have been when your phone cut out, Erin. I said when we're posting on IG stories, you want those hashtags to have more than 1 million posts or views. So unlike when you're putting tags on your actual posts, those you don't want to have more than like 300,000, because it'll just get lost in the shuffle. But especially if you're doing a call to action post or like a poll or something like that, you want to make sure that the one tag, you should only be using one tag on each slide of your story. When you do that one tag, it needs to have over 1 million views. Okay. Or a million posts to it. So you want to make a list of when you're searching and you see one that it fits you, that has a ton of posts to it, that you save that for your stories. Okay. The other thing really quick, I'll say, make sure you're using location. It doesn't have to be where you are. I use Ann Arbor a lot because we go to Ann Arbor, and that will be my tribe because they're probably Michigan fans. But use location. Make sure you're using a hashtag on every single slide. Okay. And as often as you can, that you're tagging something big. So I totally meant to, and I didn't, but because we shop at Kroger and I love their Simple Truth line, I meant to tag them in my meal prep video today, and I didn't. But that's just an example. At Kroger, at Trader Joe's, when I have my Nike shoes on, at Nike Women, at Apple Watch, whatever. Like, even if it's like, pick a brand that you're using or that you have in your story and tag it, because then you're connecting with their tribe, right? And if you're using those brands and those products, then you're going to have something in common with those people too. So it's just another area that you can broaden who you're speaking to. Okay. All right, cool. Any questions before we sign off and get back to our night and let Kimberly go to sleep? No? All right, you guys rock. Thank you so much for being on tonight. I will get this recording up ASAP for the girls who weren't able to make it. Love you all. Rock this week. Aim to do better on your tracker. Aim to do better with your nutrition and fitness. If you've been having a couple hiccups there, do your best. Give yourself some grace and have an amazing week, girls. Bye.